Just seen TMZ just released 3 hours ago that the rapper PopSmoke was shot dead in a home invasion in his in the Hollywood Hills in his mansion or something like that. And yeah, this was just released 3 hours ago, man. And this reminds me of Chink's Drugs, yo, because I seen this PopSmoke rapper, you know, he was just coming up, you know, and he's done tracks with, like, you know, Travis Scott, like big names, like major names, you know. He just blew up. And the crazy thing basically about that is the fact that there's no way that somebody's just gonna randomly run up in the Hollywood Hills like that, in a gated community with like security and everything like that, and then just, you know what I mean, shoot and kill people and rob them, you know what I mean? Because if man's is gonna go and do a robbery, if somebody's gonna go and do something like that, they have to know the money's there, you know what I mean? They have to know the shit is there, you know what I mean? Or else people ain't moving like that, you know what I mean? They have to know how much is there. It has to be there. So that was like, you know, obviously orchestrated, you know, obviously made by, you know, planned out by people in his circle, you know what I mean? People that were already around him, that know where his spot is, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy, you know, because look at what happened to Nipsey Hussle, right? Hold on. Look what happened to Nipsey Hussle. You know, when you get rich and you start blowing up, mans want to stay in the hood and flex, you know what I mean? That's the whole new era. That's the new wave, right? But that's getting everybody killed. That's the thing. You get the bag and you go. You live that for a reason, for a time and a place, to overcome it and survive through it, which made you who you were, which made you famous, which made you rich. Now you got the riches, you have the wealth, you have the security, you got the bag. Now leave, you know what I'm saying? Because even Nipsey Hussle tried to do good for the community in the hood and still got killed in front of his own store on his own block. And he's got enough, like, soldiers behind him. Like, if that can happen, that just gotta show you, man, like, you can't fix it, you know what I mean? It's gonna take you out, whether you're rich or broke, in it or out of it, you know what I'm saying? If you choose to stay in it, if you stay in the chaos, if you stay living the evil life, the material ways, the money, it's evil, man. And people rely on their money, you know, instead of God, and that's the outcome, man. And you gotta live a certain way, and the money just brings you to death, you know? So it's like, you gotta be strategic, man. And I'm lucky to be alive to learn from these, you know, people's mistakes that were great people, you know. Tupac, you know, Chink's Drugs, Nipsey Hussle, PopSmoke, you know, Biggie Smalls, like all these people that were, and you know, they were successful, you know, but they were from the hood, you know, and they chose to stay in it and get caught up in the mix and the chaos. Man, you might get a you know, a mansion out in the hills in Hollywood, but you're still bringing, you know, goons around. You're still living that life. You got the bag now, you know, but you're just outside the hood, you know, and you're gonna post up. You're making yourself a target, man. Like, that's all I gotta say about that. It's unfortunate, you know. Rest in peace, PopSmoke, Chink's Drugs, you know, Tupac, all the greats, you know. It's unfortunate, man. A lot of rappers are dying right now. A lot of people are dying because they're getting caught up in the evil, man. They're getting caught up in the chaos. And I've seen it all my life, and somehow I dodged all the bullets. I was around that shit, you know. I was prideful in that life, you know. And it could have took me, and it took everybody right beside me. Boom, this guy's dead. Boom, that person's dead. That person, my dad's dead. Everyone's dead, you know. Locked up for life or whatever. And I just got lucky, you know. And I was like, man. And then I see Nipsey, and then I see Chink's Drugs, and then I see PopSmoke, and then I see all this shit. People become successful that came from nothing and made it, just to be killed as soon as they touched it, you know. So I learned from that, and I say, you know what? man, life is critical, man. Every decision you make, people you let come around you, they'll try and eat your food when you got a plate, you know? But they're there when you're down. As soon as you got a plate, the best friend you had for 10 years, you know, kills you or has you killed or robs you. You know, that's the thing, man. You gotta walk in the light, regardless of where you come from. You gotta get out of that, you know? It's the consequence is death. And what's good about that? You know what I mean? Anyways, yo, let's start to talk about that a little bit. Give my insight on some things. But yeah, I just been seeing it, man. I'm lucky to be alive, man. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. You know what I mean? I see death around me so much, so often, that I understand how valuable life is. So that's where I'm at. So I hope we can all learn from all this shit. You know what I'm saying? For the people that are gonna become successful in their lives and have a lot of money that come from the hood or the struggle or whatever. Make sure you learn from this. Peace.